Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout-out goes to Rashid Khan. Rashid was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins the shout-out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of the new SG906 Pro 2. This is the Pro 2 version, folks. The Pro 2 is very similar to something that I've already reviewed, which is the SG906 Pro. Very similar indeed, because there's not much different between the two except for one important thing. We now have a 3-axis gimbal included. Here, I'll show you the original SG906 Pro. Again, the airframe is the exact same. Nothing's changed. There is a slightly larger battery. However, I'll discuss the battery here shortly. You can use the old SG906 Pro batteries with the SG906 Pro 2. They just have a larger battery inside the case. Okay, this one is only 2800 milliampere hours. The new Pro 2 uses 3400 milliampere hour, but it uses the same case, so you can interchange between the two. But let's go over what's new and what's included with this particular drone. Again, it is a folding drone, as you see here. It can be folded, very similar to like the Mavic, the original Mavic. One thing though, it weighs 557 grams. Now the original Pro, SG906 Pro, weighed 552 grams. You have an additional 5 grams for this 3-axis gimbal that I haven't shown you up close yet, folks. But there it is, 3-axis. It can go right and left, up or down, and tilt right and left too. So that enables very steady video in all 3 axes. That's pretty good for this particular drone. It does have brushless motors, and the same brushless motors as the original Pro. These are 1806 brushless motors. It is able to take 4K photos. It's advertised with a 4K camera, and it can take 4K photos, which is resolution of, I forgot what 4K is. It's 4096 by 3072, 3072 by 4096 pixels. That's 4K photos. However, its video is not 4K, folks. Its video is 2K video, which is 2048 by 1088 pixels at 25 feet per second. Now that's not bad. Okay, you know, it's not 4K, but it is a reasonable resolution for video and a reasonable frame rate too at 25 frames per second. I personally would prefer 30, but 25 is fine. So keep that in mind. Its video is not true 4K. Okay, I mentioned 3-axis gimbal. It does have GPS with GLONASS and optical flow sensor on the belly. And there's the optical flow sensor. The combination of all 3 of these should help provide a very stable hover, particularly when you're low to the ground. If you're taking, say, you're videoing yourself speaking to the camera like I often do, this should hold very steady, helping produce a steady video with that optical flow included along with the GPS. With GPS capability, this gives you also the capability of automatic return to home and landing on loss of signal from the controller on command by pressing a button on the controller, which I believe I'll go into that later. It's that button there, by the way. So you can press that button and it will return to home. And on low voltage return to home, actually what it will do is on low voltage it'll first bring itself within, I believe, a 50-meter radius circle, and allow you to fly around in that circle until the battery finally depletes, and where it'll do a final return to home and landing. Now let's talk about that battery I mentioned earlier. Here is its battery. It is a 7.6 volt, 3400 milliampere hour battery, but it is, this is predicted to provide 28 minutes of flight time. Now the original Pro would give you 20 minutes of flight time. Let me get its battery out. With its 2800 milliampere hour battery, this would give you 20 minutes. This new one supposedly gives you 28 minutes. And I would actually believe that, because this one actually did exceed 20 minutes of flight time. Now, again, these 2 batteries are the exact same shape, slightly higher voltage because this is LIHV battery. LIHV, you can tell by the 7.6 volts instead of 7.4 volts. but that should not be a problem, folks. What I'm saying is you can either use either one of these two batteries interchangeably with the Pro and the Pro2 and even the original SG906. And that means there should be plenty of batteries out there for you to use with your particular drone, just that some of them will give you a lot more flight time than others. Yeah, particularly the Pro2 battery will give you a lot more flight time because it's got 3,400 milliampere hour, a lot more energy it can store inside of it. Okay, let's put that battery back in. It slides in the back like so. Make sure the connectors match up with the connectors on the drone. And there is a little clip that you need to push down to finally seat it. And it has an on-off switch right there, and also it can tell you the battery power on the drone, the remaining battery power in that battery. Okay, now this is supposedly gives you 600 to 800 meters range. The original Pro actually did give pretty good range, folks, so I'm expecting to see good range here too. However, the original Pro had a problem with its HFun app, and what I've seen so far playing with this one with the HFun app is I believe they have, since I did the original review of the Pro version, I think they've updated that HFun app since then, because the original one I would see a lot of lag, a lot of frame skipping, frozen frames. I didn't see that in the back, at least in the backyard flying I was doing with this particular drone. So I think they've improved the HFun Pro app. Now with the HFun Pro, that gives you the capability of FPV to view video on your phone, real-time video from the drone on your phone, along with advanced flight control features of Circle Me, Follow Me, and Waypoints. Now, since we're talking ranges of 600 to 800 meters, this does not use 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. This is using 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, also known as 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Do not confuse 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi with 5G data networks, phone data networks. They're entirely two different things. This is 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Now, not everybody has 802.11 AC Wi-Fi on their phone. Before you consider purchasing this drone, first verify that your phone indeed does have 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, or you may be very disappointed when you get this drone and find that you can't view the video in real time on your phone. Okay, now let's go over other things you get with this drone. You get the controller. Now the controller is the exact same as the Pro's controller. In fact, it just says Pro, not Pro2. And what that means is you have this phone holder that comes up with, I believe these are fake antennas, as I do not see any wire going up inside of them. As you can see those holes there, you should see a wire if they actually had an antenna in it. But it has a nice phone holder, and it holds my phone, my large phone, rather nicely. But let's go over the buttons on this. Okay, the buttons on this. This button here is for, these buttons are for scrolling the gimbal, pointing it up or down, and this would be up. And this would point the gimbal down if you press that button there. This button here is for headless mode, activating headless mode. The drone does have headless mode. Hold on a second, what this last one here is. Oh, this is an important one. This one here is for takeoff and landing. Quick press and the drone will take off after its motors are started, and another press and it will land. Other buttons on this, we have a rates button, which you activate by pressing this button here. I'm bringing my other controller overhead because I have it labeled. But also, if you hold this button down, it enters into gyro calibration mode, and that will calibrate the gyros of the drone and also calibrate your gimbal, level your gimbal out. So before doing that, make sure the drone is on a flat level surface and leave it undisturbed until it completes that calibration with a beep. This button here is for return to home and landing. Press that and the drone will automatically fly back and land itself. This button here is for taking videos by a long press or a short press to take a photo. Oh no, I'm sorry. Quick press to start and stop videos. This is your photo button here. Quick press to take a photo. Now a long press of this photo button will put the drone into compass calibration mode while it's on the ground. So if you do see toilet bowling, which means you need to do your compass calibration again, you can do such by landing the drone, pressing this button, and redoing the compass calibration. Another thing about this particular controller is turning it on. It tells you the battery power remaining in the controller, along with telemetry information. I like having a controller with telemetry information, in that if you do lose FPV feed, you can use this telemetry information to help bring you back. You can see the distance from your position to the drone decreasing if the drone's coming toward you, or increasing if it's going away from you, and you turn it until it does come back toward you. It also tells you the number of satellites received, the height of the drone, distance of the drone, mode of the drone, mode 1 being altitude hold mode without enough sufficient satellites for GPS. And then when you do have sufficient satellites, you have to have 7 or more, I believe. This will automatically enter into mode 2, which is not mode 2 controller mode. It just means that it is in GPS mode. So that is the controller. Finally, let's go over the other things you get inside the box. You get a whole selection of instruction manuals in Japanese, Spanish, French, German, Italian, and English. Okay, you get just about most of the major languages, most of the European languages, and Japanese. Also, you get a little instruction card telling you to protect your gimbal with this gimbal protection pad when you're transporting the drone with that. You know, once you're on the ground, put your gimbal protection cover back on to protect that gimbal. Other things you get in the package is a micro USB cable, and this micro USB cable is for charging this battery. I'm not sure if I showed you that or not, but it does have a charging port right there, micro USB charging port. Make sure you use a wall charger with that cable, 2 amp wall charger, otherwise you might be waiting days to charge this large battery with the USB port on your computer. It just doesn't have the power to charge that battery. Other things in this packet, you get a little small Phillips screwdriver for maintenance of the drone, along with a spare set of propellers, and that's about it, folks. So that's what comes in the package. That's the Pro 2. Again, the big difference between the Pro and the Pro 2 is we now have a 3-axis gimbal. We now have a 3,400 milliamp hour battery. Provides us longer flight time. There's one other thing I haven't showed you, which is an option. This is an option for you to purchase separately, but that is the Megaphone that this can come with. Actually, you can use this Megaphone with most drones. It's just a strap-on Velcroed Megaphone. And why would you use a Megaphone? Well, you get a little walkie-talkie speaker for it, and you get a little charging cable to charge these, along with more Velcro to help you put this on other other gadgets besides this drone. But what this Megaphone does, folks, is you can strap this around the belly of the drone using the Velcro. I'm not going to do it right now, but then you turn it on by pressing this button here, and then you turn on your little walkie-talkie, and it connects to this. And now you can, wait, am I connected? Oh, you got to press the talk button. There's a talk button here. And then you fly your drone over to, I'm going to fly my drone over to my wife and say, hey, good look. I can't. That's the thing about this. It's loud, but you can't understand a word the damn thing is saying. Let me try it. I'm going to move it farther away from my mouth. Can you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah. It all depends how close you put the microphone to your mouth. If you press this and put it real close, lots of distortion, move it away from your mouth and it becomes less distorted, but less loud. So I don't know how useful this is, but I am probably going to demonstrate this out in the field just to see if it works. Okay, so that's the microphone, the optional microphone or Megaphone that they're offering with this thing. Interesting, but I'm not sure if it's going to work as most people will think it would work. But let's take this whole system out into the field and see how it flies. So hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here on a beautiful day here at Pleasant Ridge Park. It's a little bit breezy though. We got wind of about 8 to 10 miles per hour going through here, but that'll give us a good chance to demonstrate this 3-axis gimbal, whether it can stabilize in that wind, stabilize our video in the wind. But let's get started, get it in the air. So, okay, for this, we need to do the compass calibration and start up the drone first. So first thing we're going to do is press this button here until the lights light up. My finger's in the way, but they're lit up and we hear the chirp. That's the compass. Put that on the ground and let the gyros calibrate. And the gimbal lens will also self-center. And next thing we need to do is turn on the controller. And I already got 13 satellites because I had previously set up here. But next thing I need to do is compass calibration, but I need to first connect the app to the drone. So hold on while I do that, folks. Okay, this is the HFun Pro app available on Google Play and iTunes. And we need to hit calibrate. Now, I did the gyro calibration at home before we came out here, so we're going to skip that and hit next. But we want to do this compass calibration. And first thing we're going to do, and hit calibrate, and it says please start horizontal calibration. Right now the lights are flashing rapidly on the drone. Orange lights on top, red lights on the back, and green lights on the front. And we're going to rotate horizontal until we hear a beep, and then we're going to go vertical until we hear a second beep, and then we check to make sure that the lights are now solid. So calibration is complete. Then I'm going to put the drone back on the pad. And we should be good to go. We have 10 satellites, 9 satellites. We're going to hit submit, 11 satellites. And yeah, we should be good to go. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is start the video recording. And I am not seeing any indication that the camera is recording. So I'm going to hit the camera on the app. There we go. This should be recording now. And next thing I'm going to do is start the motors. Down and out. And then automatic takeoff button is this button on the left. I'm going to hit that. And check the stability of the drone. One up a bit higher. A little bit higher. And let's see how stable it is. See a little bit of rotation, but we do have a wind. Okay, so first thing I want to do is go up and show Lake Erie. So let's rotate toward Lake Erie, away from the sun. And going up higher. Higher, higher, higher. Checking stability as we go up and checking my view. View looks good. How high are we? 23 meters. And there's Lake Erie off in the distance. And rotating to the right. Checking stability. Okay, everything looks good there. We've got 15 satellites. Rotating further to the right. Actually, let me rotate to the left. I want to keep the sun away from the lens. So slow rotation to the left. Rotating to the left. Showing you the trees and their colors, their fall colors. Until we're pointing in that direction there, toward the trees. Okay, I am going to push forward toward the trees. And see which direction it goes here. Rotating to the left a bit. Showing the fall foliage. Well, unfortunately, I can't really demonstrate long distance flying here, folks, so don't expect to see that today. Okay, I'm going to come to the edge of the field there, stop momentarily here, then rotate to the right, looking around, and we'll just fly around the field here. Okay, there we go, and pushing forward again. The wind is buffeting it a bit, quite a bit up there. Now let's try that gimbal. Okay, I'm going to press the down button. Whoa. Okay, so we get a big jump on the gimbal here. So let's go back up again, right about there. That's about a good altitude or good elevation of the gimbal that we can see Lake Erie yet. See the rest of the area, and let's fly it around. Looking good on my FPV screen here, I got to say. Really nice. I'm going to go toward the edge of the road there. I'm not going to fly over the road though, folks. Turn it to the right slowly. Let's see how slow I can turn to the right. There we go, continuing to turn. There's the soybean field that they're harvesting right now. Turn to the right. Look at those trees. Really pretty today, huh? Pennsylvania is a beautiful state, folks, especially year-round. I grew up here in Pennsylvania, so I'm kind of biased toward it. That's why I returned here from California. I just like PA. I'm sorry. But it looks good. Let's come back down now, folks. Reducing throttle. And we'll try out some of the advanced features of this drone as it comes over here. It looks really stable on my view, on my video. Coming down further. And rotating now toward me. There I am. Let's go. Where's that gimbal control? Down. Down. Yeah, the next thing I need to do is put a smooth gimbal control. Let's bring it in so I show up. Saying geomagnetic anomaly. Please leave the interference source, then recalibrate the compass. So we're going to do a compass calibration. There's something around this area, folks, that interferes with drones. I don't know what it is. I think it's buried pipe. But you can see right now it's starting to do a start to stop the motors. Okay, there's something buried around here, folks, that really interferes with drones. This isn't the first time this has happened with one of my GPS drones. I'm probably going to have to find another area to fly. Let's stop that recording and raise the compass back up again, or raise the gimbal back up again, right about there. And I'm going to redo the compass calibration, and I'll do that using the controller this time, and I'll show you how, folks. In the upper right corner here for the photos and videos, hold down the photo button until it beeps. Okay, and that should put us in compass calibration, and it is. Notice the compass, the lights are flashing again. So we're going to go clockwise 3 times again. Actually, you hear first beep, you hear second beep, then you go vertical till you hear the third beep. And there we go. Compass should be recalibrated. So let's put it back on the pad and continuing on. Okay, compass has been recalibrated. We have 12 satellites connected. Raising my pants back up again. Starting the motors again. Going up into the air. Checking that compass. Compass seems to be fine. I want to come down a bit here because what I want to do, folks, is, now I'm in the sun, so you're not seeing me good here. I haven't done something yet, folks, and that is say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Okay. Now I'm syncing up the cameras. Watch, see it going up and down because of the wind. That's the wind hitting it, folks. Okay, I haven't tried follow me, so let me back off a bit and we'll go into the follow me mode. I'm going to use GPS follow me. That's not follow me. This second button down is follow me, and also recording. I did that calibration while I was not recording yet. Now, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Okay, calibrating the one. We have about a 1 second lag, so keep that in mind. There's about 1 to 2 second lag between the video and what I'm seeing on the screen. But going back up again, going up a bit higher. And lowering the gimbal again, which is down here. There, you can see me. And then we're going to hit that bottom one on the left there that looks like a controller. That's GPS follow me. Let's see how it does. See if it does follow me. Okay. It's following. I go off to the right, or off in this direction here, it's turning toward me, but I guess this would work better. Let's come out of that, and I'm going to give it a little more distance. So letting go, follow me. And rotating toward me again, giving it a bit more distance this time. Okay, GPS follow me, activate it. Yeah, that wind is bouncing it around a bit, but it's working. Just wants to give over to that side. How about this side? Will it follow me this way? It is. How's our battery? Our 3400 milliamp hour battery. Well, that's doing well too. Okay, so follow me is working. Let's go toward it. When's it going to notice that I'm walking toward it? It doesn't notice it. Well, it's kind of doing what a spotlight is what it's doing. So I'm coming out of that, folks. Let's come down a bit and get within 3 meters and try to do optical follow me. Sorry, that's the top one there. Optical follow me. It's about 2 meters. Submit. Adapting to mobile phone. Here I am, hitting that blue box. Hitting the blue box again. Well, I gotta hit submit first. And then blue box. There, blue box is red. Let's see if it actually follows me. No. These optical follow me's hardly ever work right. So I'll give it one more try. Okay, clicking the blue box until it turns red. I'm moving slowly over this direction here, and it doesn't follow. So optical follow me is iffy. This probably might work when you're controlling it through the controller, but not so well when you're using it, or controlling it through the phone, but not so well when you're using the controller. Now let's try circle position. Circle position, and circle, and do I have to start it? Oh, I have to hit upload, that button on the right. So there we go, upload. Okay, it started here, it goes over here, and it stops there, then it rotates back toward where it was, and then it starts rotating, and there you go, circle position. Boy, that wind's picking up a bit here, but it's doing okay in the wind. It's kind of a slow circle position. Can I increase the speed by the right stick? Yeah, pushing to the left on my right stick here, and there it goes. You can pick up the speed of this thing. How about slowing it down? That's way too fast. Okay, that's about a good speed there. Coming down a little bit lower. It's going up and down because of the wind, folks. Going into the wind, it descends. Going away from the wind, it climbs. It should be descending here shortly because the wind's coming from that direction there. A little faster. Yeah, that's the end of circle position, folks. Okay, so we're going to come out of that. Next thing is waypoints. Let's go over here a bit closer. Selecting waypoints. And here we are in the park. I'm going to zoom, trying to zoom out. Oh, so yeah, turn off these. Whew, I don't know how to turn those off. There we go. Turned them off. I want to zoom out to see where we are in the park. Okay, there's the softball field. So let's pick a point. Okay, again, I'm going to select that. We're going to select points and go here, go here, go here. I'm keeping it close here just for this first run. And okay, let's just do that. And then hit submit. And it climbs up. Let's see, go to the first point. Low battery going home. Come on now, was that 30 minutes? Okay, going up. Let's see it do an automatic return to home. An automatic low battery return to home. We'll see how close it comes to that pad. Now, although it says low battery return to home, I think we got a lot more flight time left on this. A lot of these will activate a, what do you call that, geofence when they go into low battery return to home mode, enabling you to fly continue on flying, but within the geofence parameters, usually around 30 meters, until the battery finally does fully deplete, and then you can't fly anymore. Right now, in low battery return to home, it doesn't seem to descend. I guess I got more flight time here, so we're going to come down lower. I'm going to manually lower it, and we'll continue flying around with manual flying. Just demonstrating that compass. Okay, pushing forward. There's the edge. So that's about 30 meters. Looks like a 30-meter geofence. Let's fly back toward the other end there. Right, it'll fly until it hits bumps into the geofence. There's the center of the circle is my landing pad here, and it should bump into that geofence before I'm pushing forward, and there you go, folks. So that's as far as it's going to fly. However, since we got more time, how much battery power do I got left? Well, it says it's pretty low, so I ain't going to go up too high. We'll just fly around until it lands. Well, can we fly up to see at least Lake Erie one more time before we land? Going up one more time to show Lake Erie. There's Lake Erie off in the distance. And the maximum altitude it lets you fly is 20 meters when the geofence is on. So keep that in mind, folks. 30 meters up, or let's go up on and see that again. Confirming this. 20 meters up on, 20 meters up. So in low battery, you can't fly further away than 20 meters and can't fly. Decline. Can't fly any or higher than 20 meters also. So what are the advantages of this particular drone? Let's bring it down closer, and I'll do a spiel here, my closing spiel while we're low in battery. Ending it. Put the sun in my face. Closing it up. And stopping the video once there. And also, I haven't taken a photo yet. Let's try a photo. Okay, photo button. One more. And one more. And try one with this button here. Okay, and going back to video recording. Video recording started again, syncing up. So the advantages of the 906 Pro 2. We have a 3-axis gimbal now, folks, instead of the old 2-axis. And additionally, we have a larger battery. Okay, and finally, it looks like I'm still seeing quite a bit of lag on the HFun app. Not as bad as it was in my review of the Pro, the original Pro, but it looks like they have updated the app a bit to speed it up a little. So, overall thoughts, if you comparing this to the Pro and the Pro, between the 906 did not have any stabilization. 906 Pro has a 2-axis gimbal with a 2400 milliamp hour battery. It gives you about 20 minutes flight time. And this 906 Pro 2 also now has 3-axis gimbal with 3400 milliamp hour battery that supposedly gives you 30 minutes of flight time. I don't know about 30 minutes, but we'll see in post-production here. Okay, so that's it. We're going to fly this until it drops. So let's finish out the flight with a flight around the area at 20 meters. Try to keep it in within the 30-meter circle. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I have not done a rocket. So let's lower the gimbal. Lower the gimbal down. And going straight up. Is it recording? No, it's not recording. Coming back down. If we're going to do that, we're going to turn on the recorder. And starting the video camera. Syncing up the camera. And away we go. Up to 20 meters at least. 20 meters. And then coming back down again. So that's rocket. Manual rocket. One other thing we could do here while we still got some battery power is to raise up the gimbal a bit. And what I'm going to do next, folks, is raise up the gimbal. Up. Right about there. Right about there. And turn it toward me this way. And get in the scene and activate headless mode. Headless mode's activated. And push it up and away. Into the sun. Until it hits the gimbal, or 20 meters. And there we go. Okay, bringing it back. Descending and pulling the stick toward me. That was into the sun, folks. But I hope this video's recording. So, and let's raise that gimbal back up again. Although it says low battery, it flies for quite a bit. So, you know, okay, I gotta turn off headless mode. Headless mode button is off. So, you know, this is a lot bigger battery. They have not updated the app, I guess, to account for this lot bigger battery that supposedly gives you a lot more flight time. And it does. So, I don't think it lets you do headless or follow me or the other features, advanced features, while it's in low battery state. Although the battery's on one bar right now, so it thinks it's low battery. It might actually be low battery. But let's get up here, showing you that gimbal there. Let's push away. Oh, there we go. Final low battery. And the video recording has stopped. Can I do another recording? Okay, let's see it do its final. What does it do on final low battery? It's climbing again. Going up to about 20 meters, I'm guessing. At 20 meters, and it turns toward its takeoff pad. And then what's it do? Does it stay up there at 22 meters? Is it going to descend? It's descending. It's coming down. And watch it landing. It's going to be off by about a meter or so from its landing pad. About a meter. Okay, so that is the 906 Pro. Let me turn it off. So final thoughts, again, this is the exact same as the 906 Pro. Let me turn this off too. The Pro 2 is, with the exception that we now have, again, let me turn, okay, that beep is coming from the app. We now have a 3-axis gimbal and a 3400 milliamp hour battery, so that's the differences. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. You didn't think I forgot about the Mr. Micro Drone, did you? We are ready to go there. Let me turn on my speaker first too, my transmitter. Make sure that's working too. And hello. Okay, we are ready to go. Okay, starting the motors. And what I'm going to do, folks, is get it into the air. checking stability, and then pointing it over in that direction because my wife is over there recording. Let me get over toward her. We're going to see if we can actually understand this thing while it's flying. Flying toward my wife. Pushing forward. Getting closer. Slowly. Trying to bump it to the right. Pushing forward. Getting closer. Going up a bit higher too. I don't want to hit her. She'll get mad. So we're almost there, getting closer. And right about there. That's about as close as I want to get. Let's turn it to the right a bit. And I'm going to lower the gimbal down. And here we go. So, Mr. Micro Drone. Hey, good looking. I'll be back to pick you up later. Can you hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? One more time. Can you hear me? If you understand what I'm saying, raise your right arm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Raise your right arm. Raise your right arm. Oh, she can. Okay. She heard that. Keep recording. Keep recording. Don't stop recording. Okay. Let me get a little closer. Okay, here we go again. Up close. Hello there. Can you understand what I'm saying? She's waving her arm. I don't know if she understands me or not, but okay. Well, we're going to bring it back from there. Okay, thanks, love. You can turn it off now. Wait, okay, I'm going to do a return to home and landing from there. Automatic return to home. So, pressing the return to home. So as Mr. Micro Drone comes back, I'm going to be talking to myself. Can I understand this? Can I hear it from there? Hello, hello, hello. Mr. Micro Drone is doing its return flight. You old fogies know what I'm talking about when I say, hey, good looking, I'll be back to pick you up later. But the younger folks, they have no idea. That one right over them. They know. Yeah, Ron Popeil. Anybody remember Ron Popeil? The most prolific inventor of all times, I believe. So, okay, is it going to drop? Is it going to descend? As it's descending, I'm going to be talking and recording. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear that speaker yet. Hello, hello. Hello? Okay, I'm starting to hear it now. I'm hearing it now. It's very distorted. Well, this is just a gee whiz thing, folks. I don't know. But there. That is the demonstration of the Mr. Micro Drone. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. This is Quadcopter 101. Wait a minute. Let me put that down. This is Quadcopter 101 signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.